segment brought to you in association with Burger King.
Sports time now. We join Mark Seal live in the Sports Center. Mark, what's the big story tonight?
And we're going to go over to Lima, where it was a busy day for the Barbados team at the 2019 Pan American Games in Peru, where some of our competitors registered wins in their various disciplines. Chelsea Tuak, for example, made a great start to her surfing event. Reporting from Punta Rocas is CBC's Adbury Burke.
As expected, Chelsea Tuak made a strong start to her campaign at the Pan American Games in Peru, totally dominating her opponent Isabella Gomez of Colombia. Chelsea, who is ranked as number 5 coming into the event, posted a 12.40 off 2 high wave scores of a 6.9 and a 5.5. She's so far pleased with her performance.
It was a good heat. The first heat, I always get a bit of nerves because it's the start of the event, but to be honest, I was really excited for my heat. I've been down here since 6:30 and I've just been excited watching the waves to see it's getting better and better, and I really just wanted to get started, and I know Izzy is a good competitor. She's also a stand-up paddler. She's got some strong legs. But I knew I only needed 2. Luckily I got my 2 and I'm ready for the next one to get even better and just keep the momentum going. You can get 8s out here, you can get big scores. All of these girls are good, so not really comfortable until the horn blows, and still just want to keep getting better waves and better scores.
Chelsea tomorrow faces Peru's number 1 surfer Daniel Rosas around 11:40 a.m. local time, 12:40 p.m. Barbados time. Meanwhile, in some other results from today in badminton, it was mixed fortunes for the Barbados team, as in the men's singles qualification, both Daku Thorpe and Damien Howell lost their encounters. Howell lost his encounter to Salsekios of Panama by 2 sets, 21-17, 21-17. Thorpe lost to Leodoni Martinez of Cuba also in 2 sets at 21-8, 21-6. However, there was victory for Tamisha Williams in the women's singles qualification as she beat Juanita Siviora of Bolivia by 2 sets at 21-7, 21-4. In Taekwondo, Asker Aline had it a bit tough as he lost to Jordan Stewart of Canada 24-4. His opponent actually beat him 19-0 on attack and 5-4 on penalties. But in tennis, Hayden Lewis, he was able to secure victory over Juan Hernandez of Mexico. He beat Juan Hernandez at 6-3, 7-6. However, for Shanna Williams, it was a loss to Franco Granadelli of Uruguay at 6-love, 6-love. As I speak, Roberta Foster is awaiting the final rides in equestrian as she sits 11th with a score of 67.05 on the board after completing the Grand Prix Special. Reporting from Lima, Peru, I'm Anne-Marie Burke for CBC Sports.
Well, thanks, Anne-Marie. And actually, Foster finished the day in 13th position, going into tomorrow's freestyle with an overall score of 67.059%. Now, Tamisha Williams was then back on court in the women's round of 32 in badminton and defeated Jamaica's Talia Richardson 21-19, 21-15, while Sabrina Scott lost to Jamaica's Catherine Winter 22-20, 21-11. In shooting, Justin St. John is currently in 3rd with a score of 43 points after 2 rounds of the men's trap shooting competition. And remember, the top 6 athletes in that event will qualify for the finals. Barbados are the champions of the Kosovo Youth Volleyball Championships after winning the boys under-19 final in Jamaica. The squad returned home last night just 24 hours after they defeated Suriname in the final, 25-15, 25-16, 29-31, 25-19. Dimitri Holder was the tournament's MVP, and he also won Best Server and Best Outside Player in the tournament, which Barbados boys played unbeaten. Also returning home last night were the girls, who lost their under-18 final and therefore had to settle for 2nd place. They went down in their final to Suriname 3 straight sets, 25-8, 25-21, 25-23. In cricket, rain prevented any significant play in round 1 of the Rising Stars Windies Under-19 Championship at venues around St. Vincent and the Grenadines yesterday. Barbados' match against rivals Trinidad and Tobago was abandoned without a ball being bowled at Park Hill. It was a similar situation at Cumberland, where Jamaica were taking on the Leeward Islands. Meanwhile, at Arnos Vale Sports Complex, between the defending under-19 50-over champions, Guyana, and hosts, Windwards, no result was declared after only 10.1 overs were bowled. There were 3 rain intervals that halted that game throughout the day. Now tomorrow, Barbados will be up against Guyana at Arnesville, while the other fixtures are Trinidad versus Jamaica and the Windwards against the Leewards.
Sign up today to catch all the major Cropover events live online on cropover.cbc.bb. We've got you covered. Soca Monarch Finals, $53 or $26 US. Pick of the Crop Finals, $62 or $30 US. And Grand Kadooment, $22 Barbados dollars or $11 US. Don't be left out. Log on now to cropover.cbc.bb and book. CBC, taking Cropover to the world.
Top Barbadian women's 400-meter hurdler Tia Adana Bell has a new standard to aim for. That's because the world record in her event was lowered yesterday at the U.S. Track and Field Championships in Des Moines, Iowa. Olympic champion Dalila Muhammad smashed the long-standing women's 400 hurdles world record, clocking 52.20 seconds. Muhammad, gold medalist at the Rio de Janeiro Games, shattered the previous best of 52.34 set by Russia's Lilia Pichakona in 2003.
Dalila Muhammad probably has the best hurdle training group in the world, because also in her group is the 2016 100 hurdles Olympic champion Brianna Rollins. So every day she is tested by literally the best in the world.
You got the Olympic champion, the best in the world at the moment, and the reigning champion. What a race. Lane 4 is the Olympic champion, Dalila Muhammad. Watch her.
We expect Dalila Muhammad to get out well. And Shamir Little is the one making the biggest impression. Like I said, Otto, she looked phenomenal in the semifinal. She comes into this race with less pressure than everyone else, but just as much talent. What will she do in the final 100 meters?
Remember this, if you took away these hurdles, the fastest person on the track is Sydney McLaughlin in 6. That's a heck of a card to have to be able to play if you're behind. And right now, Sydney McLaughlin is very much in the mix, but look at the Olympic champion on the inside.
All in blue, Dalila Muhammad has made up the stagger, and she has taken off. At this stage, it's a race for second. Dalila Muhammad and then everybody else, but here comes Sydney McLaughlin on the left of your screen. Ashley Spencer is surging in lane 3. It is Dalila Muhammad, the Olympic champion, wins the Nationals.
The world record is gone. That's the world record. Dalila Muhammad has just smashed the world record, 52:20.
Oh my!
Impressive indeed. Now, despite it was his worst performance for years, Lewis Hamilton left the German Grand Prix last evening with his championship lead actually slightly bigger than it was when he arrived. Meanwhile, it was Max Verstappen who took his second F1 win of the year.